Good morning. Welcome to the garden. It's been a minute. I feel like I said this last year when I shot 3 videos and then again. But welcome to the garden. It is a beautiful morning. It's like 50-ish degrees out here. Sun's peeking up over the trees and my cat's out here running around like a crazy man. I got a cup of coffee, so it's a good morning. So things have changed since you saw this space last, obviously. I am fully in these metal raised beds now. I did have some beds kind of over here that were wood, and I had a video of me building these. I'll link that down below. I loved them. They were super easy to put together. They just used those like blocks, the cinder blocks from like Lowe's that you put wood in and make a bed. Super easy, super affordable. And I used those for a while, 3 or 4 years. And this year, I finally have everything moved into the galvanized metal raised beds. So I have my onions and my garlic all planted in these beds. I have long ones here that I have those things in. And yeah, so those beds are going away. I'm gonna just replant some clover in them because they're not technically in the garden space anymore. The garden space has evolved over the years that we've lived here. So the first year it was like huge. I was very gung-ho with all this space, and it just became, too much. I realized that I had everything so far apart, and like why? I had so much grass and stuff growing in the garden, and it was like, why do I have everything so spread out? So the next year, I did that for a couple years, and then I condensed it back a little bit. And then I've just been kind of condensing it back over the last couple years. This year I did expand it a tiny bit out because I added 2 beds for my garlic and my onions. But I'm really happy with where it's at now. I do need to top dress these beds. That's something I'm gonna probably have to do every year. I don't say probably, I am gonna have to do that every year. That's the only like downside of maintaining raised beds, is the fact that you do have to kind of continually add soil to them. But we have a great municipal compost program where our we have a yard waste toter that I put like weeds and like this bed here has all my chop and drop tomatoes from last year. I probably will put some of those in that toter. The others I'll just compost back in the corner. But they take that and they turn it into compost. And they also use the leaves that they suck up with the leaf vac, and they make some great compost. He is wilding. Okay, he's crazy this morning. They make some really great compost with it. So you can go get a truckload, like a big scoop of it. They basically have like a front end loader that they scoop it up and they dump it into your truck bed. $10, and it filled, I think it filled 2 of these beds last year, and then I top dressed 1 of them. So I'm just gonna do that every year. I mean, it's $10. It will top dress everything, which is nice. And then I'll be good to go. And it's good looking stuff. You do have to sift it because it does have, occasionally you'll find a pop can or like a piece of plastic. But last year it really looked great. I mean, I didn't have any issues with it. So that's what I do. If you have that in your area, strongly suggest you go check it out and see what it's like. This program has been going on for a very long time here. There have been years when it's not been as great, but recently it's been awesome. So highly suggest. But yeah, I just wanted to come out here with my coffee and kind of just show you what I have going on out here. I will do another video of a more like in-depth tour of what I have, but I'll shoot that later and kind of give you like links to all the beds I have and all of that. So I'm gonna put this down so I don't drop it, and I'll show you what I have. It is a mess. I fully admit it's a mess out here, so please, no judgment. This is what happens when you have ADHD, and I'm just really bad about cleaning up after myself as well. So let's go check out this garden. So from where I was standing, I have this bed and I have this bed. This has onions. This has onions and garlic in it. And apparently some potatoes. So these are a new addition. I put these in last fall so I could plant my garlic, and I really like them. These are 2 foot by, I don't know, 8 foot maybe, or maybe they're 6 foot. I don't know how big they are. I think they're 2 by 6. And I really like these. I have them kind of, these are those beds that I was talking about that I'm pulling out, and I'm just gonna plant some clover there. But this is kind of how I have these set up, is I have them kind of set up like at the entrance area. So there's an arch here, and that's kind of like the main entryway into the garden. So these kind of flank that, and I really like it. I'm really happy with how these have turned out. Things seem to be pretty happy in here, so that's great. Over here, this area is new. I mean, it's not new. There was a bed here, but this is the bed that was over there. It has strawberries and asparagus in it. So this has moved. I'm building a little patio right here. Obviously it's not done, but I'm building a patio right here. I have 2 of my Keter raised beds over here now. This one has thyme, oregano. I think that's all that's in this. And then this one has some lettuce. I just planted some lettuce seeds. And there are some little lettuces coming up that were in here last fall that are coming back. So that's exciting. So I just planted some more stuff in here. And then this I'm very excited about. I just planted 2 blueberries. I got these at Lowe's on sale, and I put them in these pots. So we'll see how these do. There are 2 varieties. This one is Blue Crop, and this one, oh, hello. This one is Duke. So these will pollinate each other. I'm probably not going to leave them right here, but that's where they are for now. Greenhouse is in its same spot. It's full of stuff. And then these 4 beds have been here for a couple years. I did add one down here, one of those round ones, because I moved those raised bed, these tall raised beds. So this now has strawberries in it, and this is a fig. I don't remember the name of it. I have a picture of it on my phone, the tag, but this is also from Lowe's, and this isn't a tree. This is more like a bush or a shrub. So I can kind of trim it to be however big I want. And it's hardy in my zone. So I'm zone 6B. It's hardy in zone 6. So that's exciting. So the goal is for the strawberries to kind of take over this bed, and then the fig be in the middle. These are 4 foot round beds. All of these round ones are 4 foot. These big ones are 4 by 8. So this is kind of, ignore that. This is kind of what we're looking at like right now in early to mid-April of the garden. So that's kind of the overview of what the garden is looking like for this year. I am trying to, every year I add a little something something to the garden, you know, I don't just let it stay the way it always is. So this year I added that one raised bed, I added these blueberries, and I added the little patio. So my goal is to always keep it kind of new and fresh and doing stuff out here, ooh, you know? So last year, maybe the fall before last year, I added blackberries, thornless blackberries as well, and they're kind of like over there. And those are doing great. They're coming back, they look great. So that's kind of what I've been adding. I've been adding fruit mostly. I would like to add maybe some grapes over on the privacy fence, and then I'm with like a cattle panel on the front of it for them to climb. I think that would be fun. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. And what day is it? April 10th, 2026. It's our average last frost day is the 18th of April, I believe, this year. I typically what people say around here is don't plant until Mother's Day weekend for like your tomatoes and your peppers and your cucumbers and stuff like that, your frost tender things, just because we do occasionally have like a hard freeze at the beginning of May. This year we had 3 days earlier this week that we froze at night. And looking at the 15-day forecast from now on, there's nothing in the forecast. I think the lowest it gets is like 45 outside. So I'm not planning, anything that's in here is not coming out, but I am thinking about planting like direct sowing, like some beans and stuff, just to kind of see what happens. I have a problem with buying bean seeds. I have enough bean seeds to last probably 10 years in the house. So if I lose some, I lose some, and it's not the end of the world. So I may do that. I don't know. I am gonna plant more beans this year. I didn't really do a ton last year. I did one arch trellis and that's it. So I think I'm gonna do more this year because I like having those coming in. But that's kind of the update of what's been going on. Every spring I miss making content, and I miss shooting videos, and I miss connecting with you guys and just showing you my space and what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to shoot some more videos this summer of the garden and just kind of show you what I'm doing and take you along with me if you're not in this zone, or maybe if you are, and we can kind of, I can maybe inspire you to do something else, or, just kind of get you motivated to get out in the garden and get your hands in the dirt. So I do have a lot to do in terms of like getting the beds top dressed. I have a bunch of stuff to up pot in the greenhouse, and I have a lot to do out here. This time of year is very busy with the garden. So that's kind of where I'm at. I need to get the garden cleaned out. There's just like a bunch of stuff all over the ground cover. I try to keep this stuff I have down on the ground is black woven plastic ground cover fabric. Some of the stuff I've had this will be its 5th season in the garden, and it is still in perfect shape. The original roll I bought was I got it from Grower Solution. It's like the DeWalt, I think it's DeWalt brand, like the nice stuff. It is worth the money, I will tell you that, because it is still in perfect shape. And what I've discovered, because I reused it from the old garden, the in-ground garden, is Gorilla Tape makes an all-weather Gorilla Tape. It's black. And I've been using that to kind of cover up holes that I've burned in it to plant things in the past. And it works amazingly. It works perfectly. And some of this has been down for 2 years and you wouldn't even know it. It's still perfect. So if you ever need anything like that to tape outside, I highly suggest the Gorilla all-weather tape. I think that's what it's called. But what I've been doing is kind of using that to shore up some of my seams in my fabric and to cover holes or whatever it is to keep the weeds out of here. Last year went pretty well. I did at the end of the season end up with some grass in here, but for the most part, it worked really well. So I will be continuing to do that because that's the last thing I want to worry about out here is like having to pull weeds in my walkways. And the water does penetrate this stuff. It's not like a trash bag type. It's like a woven, so the water does penetrate through it. I will put a couple things in the ground, like over in this area where I have a bunch of space. I will do like a watermelon or a pumpkin or a cantaloupe or something like that. I have another space on the other side I think I'm going to use to do that as well this year. I did that last year. It worked out super well. The vines just kind of like take over the area, but I mean, I like it. So I'm gonna keep doing it. So I think I'm gonna do watermelons and cantaloupes this year. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see how that looks with 2 big things going this year instead of just 1. Last year I just did 1, so we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of the update of what's going on out here. I need to start some more seeds in the greenhouse. So I will take you along with me in the greenhouse later at some point, either today or tomorrow, and kind of show you what I have going on in there. And because I've made some upgrades to the old girl, and we will get the garden season going. So I don't remember how I used to end these. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you're out there, hi, I missed you. Or if you're new, welcome. Sometimes I shoot videos. And we will kind of see where the year takes us this year. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but I would like to come back out and show you some stuff. So thanks for watching. I will pick back up with you later and we'll have some fun in the greenhouse. So have a wonderful weekend and we'll see you soon.